You're gonna have to get your words in between my screen. Can't shake you on this one, can I? Kenny.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to the 1991 WIAA State Football Playoffs. For the 1991 Division V State Championship.
The introduction's the opening kickoff.
Defensively, at defensive end, number 74, Casey Levinsky.
Casey Levinsky, senior, 6'4", 171. Jeff Knetter, junior, 5'11", 204.
Number 63,
Scott
Scott Scripchak.
Skripchek, another junior, 5'11", 200.
Number 33, Kevin Soskop.
Seven Soskop, a senior, 6', 170. 52, Gary Semler, a senior, 6'1", 177. Number 65, Bob Phelps, a junior, 5'8", 185. 45, 44, Luke Kaler, senior, 190.
And he's a sprinter, Jaime.
Number 21, Sean Rasmussen. Number 15, Forrest Paul.
Forrest Paul, a junior, 6'1", 168. And number 45, the junior, the coach's son, a junior, 6'1", 188.
And since 45, Jaime, I think the best player on their team. And here's the Redbirds.
Nick Zuberbuehler, number 13, 6', 160. 76, Eric Olson, senior, 6', 202. Adam Meyer, a senior, 6', 173. Hurt early in the year and back for the playoffs. Nate Wiggle, the senior, all conference, 6'1", 207. Brian McCoy, also all conference, 6'1", 180. 75, Hendrickson, a junior in this all senior line, 6'1", 192. Tight end, Steve Woodford, number 14, 6', 182. 42, Matt Christ, a freshman, 5'9", 175.
And Chris playing, of course, today for the injured Fro Douglas, Jaime.
47, Doug Weaver, a senior, 160. And Scotty Wadick, the Rocket Man, number 41. He is a senior. He's 5'10", 172.
A real shame, Jaime, I'll tell you what, as they introduced Doug Shelvold and the rest of the Redbirds run on, that poor Douglas got hurt to the same day a year ago. State game was a year earlier, and he got hurt to the same day. In fact, he told me the x-rays were dated the same 2 days later, so he'll see very limited action.
Hurt on the opening kickoff last year. Darlington well received the ball here.
Check that camera, Kent.
And well received the ball here. Hell out of the way, buddy.
Slim! How you doing?
Can I say hi to my mom?
Sure, sure. Get ready. The kicker is, who's that kicker, Kent? You remember?
45
yeah.
bringing the ball out. Or Zins, yeah. Is that
Sims.
Zins?
Sims.
Sims?
Sims.
Sins.
Forget about the Z.
Sins.
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 With an S. Like you have many sins, Jaime.
Yes.
Will kick off for Edgar.
Get ready, Jaime.
Received the ball here.
Well, the lights are on, Jaime. The rain has let up. Field looks to be in pretty good shape.
Darlington will receive the ball at the same end of the field as we did last year.
This guy is a good kicker.
Wadick and Shalvold deep, and he gets a poor kickoff. We jinxed him already. And Dougie's going to let it roll. He's going to have to pick it up. He does about the 5. Gets up over the 10 to the 15, 20, gets down the sidelines. And knocked out of bounds at the 33-yard line, and he made something happen out of something bad right off the bat. A return of about 27 yards, and Darlington will take over 1st and 10.
Well, their defense, Jaime, the defensive line is much smaller. Very few of the guys go both ways. Their strength is in their cornerbacks and their linebacking crew. We think that possibly we can get Wadick outside and run that gut up the middle.
Christ and Wadick behind Shalvold. We got Zuber off to this side, and right away they go to the Wadick. He gets to the outside, and he's going to be short. He's got a gain of about 9 yards.
And indeed, that's just what we were looking for. We thought we could dominate that defensive line for them. They are not very active. They are not very big. Make the linebackers force the plays.
And they'll bring up and we like this, they'll bring up about a 2nd and less than 1. Ball sitting right on the 41-yard line, just underway here. Same offensive unit as introduced, with the exception of Kunert, who split off to this side. Kunert and Zuber will shuttle the plays, and we run the same thing. And I believe he got the 1st down. He was hit, but I believe he will have enough, his forward progress, for the 1st down.
Pretty good stick down there by 44. That's Kaler. He beat Wadick, took 4th in the 100-yard dash last year finals. Wadick taking 6th. Again, the best player on that team, I believe, is this number 45, the coach's son.
Yes.
And a better start than a year ago, Jaime.
Yes, and we're up to almost close to midfield. We keep the ball going here. Wiggle brings him up over the ball. Wiggle also all conference. And they're going to go to Christ. And he's going to get up to about the 45, gain of about 1.5 yards. Or it'll bring up 2nd down. And that's got to be a big carry for that kid, Kenny, a freshman, first time in the state
See if you can
finals.
set these guys up on the defensive line, Jaime.
All right, they were introduced. 63, one of the tackles is Sapinski. Boy, they got some good names here.
I did that on purpose.
Yeah, big names. 200 pounds, 63, right in the middle over McCoy. And Dougie's rolling. He's going to pull it down. And get a gain of about, they're going to give him a gain of about 2 yards.
Nice recovery that time by McAuliffe, and also Kaler in on that tackle again, Jaime.
Quick pursuit. Ball sitting at about the 47.5-yard line. They have to get down into Edgar territory to about the 46.5 for a 1st down.
Ask Kent McConnell, anybody open on that, Kent? No, good coverage, and we thought there would be. Their strength is in their corners and in their linebacking crew.
3rd down play. Gonna put it up. Straight drop. Gonna roll. He's got some room out there. Throwing deep for... Intended for Wadick down about the 25. Double coverage and knocked away. And we'll bring up a punting situation for Darlington. Punter will be Eric Olson, number 76.
One other thing, Jaime, we thought was that we could possibly get to the outside. Their line does not put up a good rush. We thought maybe Dougie would be doing a lot of scrambling.
Boy, there was a lot of room on that far side of the field when he rolled that way. I think maybe he'll be told that maybe pull it down and go for it. He only had to get about 6 yards.
McAuliffe and Rasmussen deep.
Steiner with a good... Olsen blocked! Blocked, and Edgar gets the first big turnover of the game, and they're going to take over at the 41. Nice snap by Steiner, but was bobbled by Olson.
Take a break. Oh, you guys want to switch this first series? Quick though, quick. Well, I was wrong, Jaime. I guess that isn't much of a better start than last year.
Number 15, the quarterback, Forrest Paul, a junior. And what's this, timeout right away?
Edgar with excellent field position as they start out from Darlington's 41-yard line. Paul handing off to Sins, who's going to throw right away. We have a flag down. Sins lofts it into the air. Shuttlable trying to track down the receiver, and incomplete. See what the flag is here.
We mentioned that before the game. They quick pitch, and then all of a sudden throw that halfback option, and we wouldn't have been surprised the second or third play of the game, and indeed looking for a score right off.
Right off the bat, and watching film.
All right, and holding on them.
Almost looked to me that number 12 had been the one who threw their option, Jaime McConnell.
Let's go over this line, give these size on the line again. These guys are just incredibly big.
Number 50 is the center, rather large lad, Jason Stale, 6 foot, 278 pounds. Number 53, Jason Stencil, 6'1", 264. 65 is Bob Filtz, 5'8", 185, and he's the small one of the group, Bogie. Darlington takes the penalty. It'll be 1st and 20 now. Edgar from their own 49-yard line.
They quick pitch to the tight end side. That's over here. Watch for it.
And Paul throws off to his right. Zuberbuehler slips and misses Sins. He's down the left sideline, or the right sideline rather. He picks up about 24 yards, takes the ball down to Darlington's 32-yard line. Fake of the quick pitch and a little bit of a naked screen, you might call it, on the far side of the field. Sins showing his speed by blazing down the sideline, Bogie.
They'll try to isolate him wide. Against Fall Creek, they had great success. Fall Creek's defense, they played a 6-man line with a defensive end way outside, and they effectively shut it down, but 3 big plays led to scores for Edgar.
8:53 remaining in the first quarter. Edgar 1st and 10 as Paul rolls to his right. He's driving back to pass, lofts it upfield for Sins. Zuberbuehler on him and thrown out of bounds in the end zone. I'm a little bit surprised they're coming out throwing like they are. I don't know if they feel that they cannot run against us or they just want to open it up and get up on top early.
Get a quick score. That actually is kind of a foolish call. Now it's going to leave 3rd down and 10. Or did he get a first down on that? Yes, he did.
He got a first down, so it'll be 2nd and 10 now. From Darlington's 27-yard line. Spotted at the 28, so it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 28. Sins and Kaler in the backfield for Paul. Hand off to Kaler straight up the middle, picks up about 4
yards. It's like
yards.
a fumble.
Tackled by Brian McCoy.
It's going to be 3rd down and about 6, Kent.
Obviously in 4-down territory. Sins coming to the sideline and back into the huddle. Now back to the sideline. They have 2 guys going to the sideline.
75, Toltze, 6'2", also 245.
Sins lined up as a wide receiver far to the right. As Paul rolling to his left stops, he's going to pass. Lee heaves it upfield, intended for number 86, and Kundert!
Oh.
Kundert covering him well. Just let the ball slip right through his breadbasket.
Now the ball mark will actually be on the 7-yard line?
Actually, they're down just inside the 25. 4th down.
Be a 35-yard field goal plus 7 is what, Kent? 42?
42 yards, but they're going to talk about it. Edgar timeout with 7:59 remaining in the first quarter.
Oh,
nice.
Interference in the end zone there, guys.
I don't know.
Boy, I wish we'd have caught that sucker. They're going to talk about it. Edgar timeout with 7:59 remaining in the first quarter.
He's got a hell of a foot. He's 42 yards. He's got a hell of a foot.
59 remaining in the first quarter.
This kid's got one well of a foot. I know he can kick it if they decide to do that. And he's got the tee out there.
And watching in warm-ups, they probably didn't have the regular holder though, Bogie, but they bobbled almost every snap they tried in an attempt for the extra point.
You could well see a fake too, but he's quite capable of this. He's kicked 3 field goals this year, including one in last week's game against Fall Creek.
Ball will be placed on Darlington's 32-yard line. It'll be a 42-yard effort if they do not fake it. And I'm sure the Redbirds will be looking for that, or possibly an attempt to draw us off sides. There's the placement and the kick. It'll be way short, and Darlington dodges a bullet. They'll take over 1st and 10.
Why wouldn't they continue to run the ball? Okay, Jaime, why don't you come? Well, why don't you stay and then we'll switch back and I'll have Jaime take a 2 series then, all right? I'll give Ken a shot on offense here, then you can come back and give your comments on defense. Well, similar to last year, Elk Mound had an early shot, early opportunity, and didn't make the best of it.
1st and 10, Darlington is waiting, takes the ball out the left side, and it's pulled backward, but not before he picks up nearly 5 yards.
Didn't look like much was going on that time, Kent, but they got a pretty good surge off the line.
Rasmussen coming up quickly from his defensive back spot to make the tackle. He's a 5'9", 150-pound junior defensive back for Edgar. Kundert now split to the near side. Weaver's the wing on the left. Darlington will have 2nd and 5. And Shelville rolling to his right, looking for a receiver, and just overthrows Christ. Good coverage once again by Edgar. Number 52 out on coverage on Christ was Gary Strevler.
Looks like he may have had a chance to pull that down and run it again.
And cut it back inside, you bet.
Kind of funny to see him throwing to Christ on that play. I thought maybe we'd see a slant in there, but I'm sure they're well scouted.
Slant in was not open. Kundert ran the pattern. It did not open up for him. But I agree, he could possibly pull that down and cut back a little bit for some positive yardage. 3rd and 5 now, as we have some movement. Most likely it'll be a legal procedure against Darlington, just judging from where the flags came from. And that's what it is. They'll mark off another 5 yards.
They shift from that 6 to a 5, do a lot of jumping around there. Also, they have a very weird cadence count. One of the teams in the playoffs jumped off sides 2 or 3 times in a row on a punt. So what do we call here, Kent?
I think he's going to roll to his right again. 3rd and just over 10 yards as Shelville rolls to his right. Now he's got a little screen back to the far side of the field to Wadick. Well defense that time. Number 74 read it beautifully. That's Casey Lipinski.
Did a good job reading off a block of Adam Myers. A little slow to develop. Seemed like it developed a little deep into that near side of the field. Just wasn't much room to go. So
no gain on the play. 4th and 10 from the 20-yard line, and hopefully we'll get a punt away this time.
Whoever wanted that 40-yard kick, let it be now, huh?
Olsen awaiting Steiner's snap. Fields it cleanly and gets the ball off. Kind of a low kick coming down to the 48-yard line. He brings it to the near sideline, as we've seen in films. That's number 21. And he's run out of bounds on the Darlington 46-yard line. And Bogie, you can almost predict that's the way he's going to go. In the films we watch, every punt he received, he went to the left.
Okay, let's break. Quick, Jaime. Is this a 3rd series or 2nd? 2nd.
Went to the left.
Edgar Jaime starts their second series.
Boy, the speed, they're showing some brilliant speed here to the outside. In the wing formation. Going to go up the middle to number 44, and he's going to drive ahead. And
excellent
gain
job.
About a yard.
Excellent job with the line in there. The linebackers coming in.
McCoy and Wadick on the tackle.
You think that big line would drive you out of there, but we could see from watching these guys that they do not get a good drive off the ball, and we have a very good defensive line.
Going to bring up second and about 9.
Tight end to this side. If they widen the splits up a little bit with the split backs, you could well see the pitch this way.
Just about halfway done with this first quarter. 6:10 remaining. And they go off tackle, and he gets a hole. He's cutting to the outside. Zuber's got a shot. And pulls him down. Number 45, Sins, gain of all the way down to the 11-yard line, gain of 33 yards. It's going to bring up 1st and 10 at the 11, and they can get a first down here.
We're going to have good ball control. Also in this game, Jaime, you can see we're going to have to keep the ball out of their hands.
Time for a turnover here. Same formation. It's going to spin and go to Zins.
Nice job by Hendo up there.
For Kohler.
Danny McEwen.
Maybe 2 yards.
Ryan McGuire, good surge on the line.
Bring up second down. They have to get to about the half-yard line for a first down. Maybe just some straight ahead stuff here, Kenny. Maybe they got the ball is on this near side hash mark. Maybe quick pitch to the other side, try and get this guy around the corner.
Well, that's kind of how we thought the game would go. They might gain no yardage on 3 plays and all of a sudden crack a big gainer. That's what they've done so far.
And they go to Zins. It looks like he's going to get in.
Kaler with the touchdown.
A 9-yard romp.
And again, the tendency here for them would be to go for the extra point.
Good kicker. And Sins, who scored the point, is the kicker, but it looks like they're coming out going for 2. And he's going to put it up. Way out here, number 86, open. Caught by number 86 for the 2-point conversion, puts it at 8-0 with 5:10 remaining first quarter. Wadick and Shellwold back. Up men are Raleigh and Wiggle. He didn't get very good kickoff earlier, and let's see what he does here. He's kicking to the far side to Shellwold again. He's going to take it about the 19, coming back, and he hands off to Wadick. Wadick gets up the sideline. Still going and drove out of bounds. Woo! About the 40, let's see where they mark him, about the 44.
That'll
nice
breathe some life back into this Redbird crowd.
Oh, get a little ball control here, stay away from the penalties. Get down in their side of the field for once here.
Pretty good win from the right to the left, Jaime, as we face the field. They don't have any flags on the goalpost. I guess they do at the other end.
1st and 10. Weaver in motion. He's going to turn and go to Christ. He's going to get up the middle. He's there. He goes. Gets to the outside. Gets the first down.
Woo! That's a play we thought we could run.
Gain of 14 yards for Christ.
6 men on the line of scrimmage, Jaime. Just pop through that gap and pick off a backer, and you're through.
Nice. Into Edgar territory. Ball sitting at the 44.
Can surely see the importance of keeping it out of their hands. Nice long drive here.
We'll take a long run. Watch the line play right in front of our camera right now. Ah, man jumped. There goes the flag.
There you go, there you go.
Number 42.
Naughty, naughty, in a hurry. That's Knetter, 5'11", 204.
Junior. A lot of juniors starting on this team, Kenny. And that's what we like. Going to bring up a 1st and 5 now. Under the lights here at Camp Randall. Friday night football, Friday afternoon football. And they're going to go to Christ again, and he's hit after a gain of about a yard, driven back by number 44.
Seemed to be a little mix-up that time.
A little hesitant when he got to the line.
He was running into the back of McCoy. In fact, he did that the first time, too. It was almost like a delay. Gave Kohler some time to come in from that linebacking position.
Gain of 2. Kunert brings the play in to Schellevold. 2nd and 3. Ball sitting at the Edgar 37-yard line, right on the far hash mark. It's like they jumped a little early again. Dougie does a nice job to get back to the line of scrimmage.
No flag on the play.
Oh, they jumped. They must have jumped right at the snap.
Was that a blitzer coming through there, Kent?
That snap. The snap was early.
Ah, the snap was early, he says. Well, last year's game, everything went our way that first quarter. 2 early scores.
3rd and 2, just under 3 minutes in the first quarter. We have to get to the 34-yard line. And they're going to go the inside reverse to Wadick. He's got the first down. He's getting to the outside. Come on, baby! Turns the corner. Can he get in? Woohoo! Knocked out at the 8-yard line. Woohoo!
Oh, great misdirection on that, I'll tell you what.
28-yard run for Wadick.
I was fooled on that up here, Jaime. I can't imagine what it'd be like to be on the defense there. They were jumping around. We kind of caught them shifting to a 5.
Hey, nice run by Wadick all the way down to the ball's marked about the 8.5-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal. Boy, let's get a score here. Weaver in motion. They're going to turn and go to Chris. He's got a hole. Still
Let
on
him
his
go.
feet. Woo! Down to about the 1.5-yard line. See where they mark it. They're going to move it back closer to the 2.
Great drive there, Jaime. Kept the legs moving. Nice hole by the line.
2nd and goal. 5-yard gain for Christ. Got a timeout here. Equipment problem, Darlington. Looking at Christ equipment.
Take a break. Back again. See what they shift into.
2nd and goal.
6 men down. They'll bring. So those guys are in a 2-point stance on the goal line, Jaime.
It's like they're going to shoot a linebacker. Dougie's going to keep it. He's going to get in. Woo-hoo! Woo-hoo!
Great play, I'll tell you what, Jaime. They had men in 2-point stances down on the goal line. I couldn't believe that. Unbelievable.
All right. Hello, everybody. Going for 2. I don't see Tischer in there.
Oh, yeah, we'll go for 2 all the way.
Tischer's on the sideline. Maybe an option to Wadick here? What do you think?
That wouldn't be a
Or
bad
Chris?
call. I'll tell you what, somebody's getting through the line, too. They barely got some of these plays off.
They're shooting.
One of the linemen's getting through, too. Perhaps an option here. Interesting to see.
Wadick and Chris in the backfield. Weaver coming in motion. Gonna turn and go to Chris. He gets in! Woohoo!
Great job of blocking. They'd only had 3 guys between the tackles that time, and with 1:36 left, Chris
This
ties
score
it
is
up.
tied. All right. Boy, we needed that.
Look right here.
Looks like they've been to the same NutriSmart clinic.
Well, great drive.
Sins and Kaler are awaiting Olson's kick on about the 13-yard line. Nice kick by Olson, taken by Sins at the 10. He crosses the 20 to the 25, breaks it straight up the middle of the field, showing good speed, and comes down to the 39-yard line.
Boy, he is a powerful runner, is he not?
Brought down there by Jason Weigel on a nice open field tackle. And he is he reminds me a lot of that Lilly from Pittsville last year, Bogie. Got those long strides.
Well, this team reminded me of Pittsville in the fact they have 2 guys who can really burn you on the outside. This line early for their size, what a disappointment.
Split to this side is Jeff.
Our line
Walker.
is just too tough.
Paul, option to the right, tucks it under, crosses midfield. Tackled by McCoy there. Nice play and not pitching it out there, Bogie. Read it beautifully.
Well, if we play a 4-4 defense, I'm sure they're convinced that they can get outside on that.
Another first down for Edgar as they cross into Darlington territory. It'll be on the 47, 1st and 10, just over a minute remaining in the first quarter, and we've had a lot of action for just the first quarter of a championship game.
Darlington in a 5-man line now.
Paul dropping back to pass, wide open down the sideline is number 24, and just over his outstretched arm, outreaching arms, I should say.
Outstretched,
outstretching, whatever you want to call it. That was number 24, Matt Lemmer, and oh, he was wide open.
He come out of the slot that time, Kent?
Yeah, he was in the slot.
They remind me a lot of the team we had a year ago. We didn't pass much, but when you did, you usually caught them by surprise.
Certainly caught our defense by surprise there. It'll be 2nd and 10 now.
Like to see them, though. I'm convinced that they can run pretty good. I'm glad to see them try something besides that. Lots of pitching to the right.
And it's a reverse to number 12 to the far side of the field. He breaks it to the outside. Zuberbuehler there and brings him down. He's picked up enough for a first down. Hendrickson there getting pinned to the inside a little bit again, Bogie.
Well, oftentimes the way we play, if they play a C-gap, his position is to crash through the shoulder to the inside, and they rely on the linebacker on the outside, which would be Wadick over there.
Jerry McAuliffe, the ball carrier, 5'8", 164-pound senior for Edgar.
That's the one disadvantage that I don't like them running a 4-man against us.
1st and
Although
10 now.
They were in a 5 that time, and they are again.
Handoff straight up the middle to Sins. Fights his way down to the 34-yard line. Call it the 33. Off the bottom of the pile comes Steiner.
Probably be the last play of the first quarter.
Clock winding down, and that will be the last play of the quarter. At the end of 1, Darlington 8, Edgar 8.
We cannot stop them.
Like we talked about, scared to death.
He's 2nd and about 7 as we get ready to start the second quarter here, Kent.
Thus far, Bogie, Edgar has not been able to blow us off the ball, but they sure have been able to run around us. Mixing their plays well. Looks like now we're set to go. Paul remains in at quarterback for the Edgar Wildcats, who have a receiver split to the left and a slot man. Handoff once again to Sins. Crosses the 30-yard line just
there's a late flag.
Just inside the 30, and maybe a face mask.
Whitford's head down, I don't know.
Number 73 for Edgar, pointing our way. And it is against Darlington.
Oh, that's a bad break. Been third down and about 5.
Stands now half the distance to the goal line. Take the ball down to the Darlington 14-yard line.
Darlington assessed a 15-yard penalty for grabbing the face mask.
Indicated rule infraction is grasping the face mask. Edgar knocking on the door once again. 1st and 10 from Darlington's 14-yard line. Paul handing off to Kaler, who breaks to the outside, gets inside the 10-yard line, just run out of bounds at the 6.
That time, Moedic trapped to the inside.
Olsen having a bit of a shot at him. Looked like he may have slipped down a little bit. As Wadick comes off the field, being replaced right now by Weaver. 2nd and 1 for the Wildcats. Hand off to Sins, straight up the middle. He's met by the interior of the Darlington line.
Nice job.
But not before he gets down to about the 3-yard line, where it'll be 1st and goal for Edgar.
Tackled by Eric Olson and Jason Hendrickson.
You know, that big line is not blowing us off the ball, Kent. That great big back is just bursting to the outside, though. Carrying some guys with him.
Ball marked on the 3-yard line. Just under 11 minutes now remaining in the first half. 1st and goal for the Wildcats.
They throw that tight end in this position sometimes, too.
Paul handing off to Sins once again, who cuts it up inside. Touchdown, Edgar.
(35-26). They can't stop that back. Well, they go for the 2 here again.
Edgar with the receiver split wide to the right as Paul hands off to Kaler, who comes around the right side, and he's
Nice play!
the end zone.
Woo-hoo!
Great job by Zuberbuehler and Wadick.
Wadick held him up, and Zuby gave him a big stick.
With 10:42 remaining in the first half, Edgar's on top, 14-8. Jesus. To 8.
Well, 10:42 left, 14-8. How about a big run back here?
First 2 kickoffs we received, we've gotten good field position from the run backs. Wadick and Schellevold are awaiting Sins' kick at about the 12-yard line. Sins kicks it straight away down to Wadick on the 14, who fakes the handoff to Schellevold, comes to the near side, crosses the 20, the 25, the 30, cuts it back inside to the 35, and brought down on the 37-yard line. Tackle there by number 42, Jeff Knetter.
Oh, that's pretty good field position, Kent. Got the wind at our back now for the first time in the game.
Perhaps see Coach MacArthur decide to go to the air in this second period. Zuberbuehler will be split to the near side. Weaver will be the wingback on the right. Joining Chris and Wadick in the backfield as Schellevold hands off to Wadick, who just crosses the 35-yard line, gets down to the 37. Pickup of possibly a yard.
Serspak making the tackle. Is that how we pronounce it? S-K-R-Z-Y-P-A-K.
Oh, there's got to be
P-C-A-K.
Oh, it's probably one of those Polish names where half of those letters are silent.
You pronounce it Smith.
Call him Sky Pack.
The Sky Pack, all right.
2nd and 9 from the 37 now. As Shelvold drops back to pass, looking out to the flat, getting lots of pressure and smothered under on the 27-yard line. It looked for a moment that Zuberbuehler may be open out on the flat.
And how about Wade coming up the side here? It looked like he might have.
I wasn't able to see that.
It's going to be 3rd and acres now, about 17.
They marked the ball on the 30-yard line. Zuberbuehler once again will split to the near side.
They'll rush 5 this time.
Cornerback's giving. Oh, Wadick is going to drop back to pass and handoff. He gets lots of pressure. No one was open. Big sack there. I didn't catch the number. Was that 52 for Edgar? Gary Strevler? It'll be 4th down and 23. Good play, but no receivers open.
Oh, we need to get a good punt off here, Kent.
Jeremy McAuliffe deep for Edgar as Olson gets a nice kickoff. McAuliffe to take it on the 39-yard line, drop the ball, going to his left, cuts it back upfield with a nifty little move, and we've got a flag down on the play.
Okay, Ham, you guys switch. Probably a clip. Well, they've had good field position, haven't they?
No! I called Grant, I called Guy. They didn't see.
Down on the play.
Jaime, there'll be a penalty assessed against them.
Move them back a little bit. Put them back in a hole.
Be the first time they've started back a ways.
They're going to be all the way back to the 23-yard line.
Edgar assessed a 15-yard penalty for slipping.
Clipping, 15 yards. Waiting for the chains to get in position here. And here we go.
We need to stop them here, Jaime.
3 downs and punt. They're gonna put it up. Swing pass out here to, was that backwards? It was, and that's where they're gonna mark it. It was a backward pitch. Backward pass, and they're gonna lose 3 yards on it.
Looked like he wanted to throw to 86, the tight end here, but again, with a big 45, that Sims kid, Jaime, I can't believe
they're throwing the
Yeah.
dazzle like that, huh?
Can't believe they aren't just running the ball.
This is going to bring up a 2nd and 13. Ball sitting right on the 20-yard line.
That's a dangerous pass.
Anything to get these guys to the outside.
Redbird's back in a 4.
And the quarterback's going to keep it, and he's going to get
Nice
nowhere.
job.
Not even back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard and a half. Where he stopped.
Steiner and Ryan McGuire. Eric Olson in on the tackle.
McCoy
And McCoy on the bottom of the pile.
going to bring up 2nd and about 10 and a half, or 3rd and about 10 and a half. Boy, it'd be nice to stop him here. Just under 7.5 minutes remaining. Plenty of time.
Tell you what, they've had guys wide open here so far today. And look for number 86. Is he in the game?
Tight
Big
end
tight
on the
end
far
on the other
side. Got a
side.
split man off to this side, number 24.
They like to go to him. That's 85, I think, who's in there.
And they go the reverse. The number 12, he's going to get to the outside. Dougie Shelvold.
Nice play.
McAfee, the carrier.
McAuliffe.
McAuliffe.
I'll tell you what, they trapped Whitford on that play, on that rather counter action. Good thing Dougie Shelvold came up and made that stop.
Number 12 on number 12. And this is going to bring up 4th down and about 6. And then we're going to see the first punt. Wait, it'd be nice to get a
And this,
block here, huh?
This guy is a terrible punter, Jaime.
Yes, the films we were watching the other night.
Darlington's worked on the block. They've worked on the block in practice this week. I'm surprised we don't see it here.
Low snap, low snap. Scott Buddy's being chased by McCoy. Being chased.
Head down.
Oh! Almost intercepted. What happened here? Number
Right,
75, Henderson gave pursuit. He got away the ball just as he was going down. It was almost intercepted, and Darlington's going to take over at a 27-yard line.
Ryan McGuire will never make a wide receiver. That was right in his hands. Oh.
Yes.
I'll tell you what, we knew they had a bad punter.
Oh,
But surely,
oh, what a gift, huh?
I didn't realize his hands were as bad as his foot, Jaime.
There's as much luck in this game as there is talent, I tell you.
Well, that's what they get. Hey, they went away from that nice running game all of a sudden, tried to get cutesy with some other stuff.
Hey, they blocked the punt on us. It's only fair, huh? And on the same end of the field. So here we go. Darlington 1st and 10 from the 27. Plenty of time. 6:16 remaining. They're going to go to Christ. And he's going to get up to about the 25-yard line, gain of about 2.
I'd be real surprised, Jaime, to see us do anything but try to develop a control running game, just like we did that first series.
Oh, this is a big opportunity right here.
Scoop check.
Scoop check. You getting some of them names down? You'll
I
have
heard
them
it from
all
the
down by
PA.
the second half.
Sky Pack, we were pretty close.
And looks like Jay Wilson down there with his little kid. We're going to go to Chalvold's going to hold it down. We got a flag. Flag thrown right in, and it looks like McCoy slamming his hand on the turf. Maybe a holding call.
Kent McConnell seems to think it's a face mask. Oh, holding.
Talking to against Darlington.
Ah. Break.
Wilson's down there. He just walked by with a little girl in his hand.
Well, that'll back us up, Jaime. It's second down and about 20 yards, close to 20 yards.
Ball sitting at the 36-yard line. They're going to go inside reverse to Waiting and nowhere. Number 44.
Kaler, I'll tell you, smelled that out all the way. We're lucky to get that handoff.
They are penetrating well.
I almost have to believe, well, not the line, he's the linebacker. Doing a decent job on that line, I think, but again, that's where their strengths lie.
Loss of 2.
Jill's also back there, number 65. I almost got to believe it's 4-down territory for us, Jaime.
Oh, yes. Get half of it here. 3rd and 22. Dougie's going to straight drop, going to roll to the far side now, looking, throwing across. He got an open man and Waiting. Yes! Tied! Waiting!
What a pass, what a catch!
3 Edgar defenders around Waiting. He found the seam, he went up in the air, caught it going backwards, and that's a completion that's going to be about 30-yard completion.
21.
30 yards. And it gives us a 1st and 10 at the 9-yard line, and that's the 3rd timeout called by Edgar. And they are out of timeouts. Okay, let's get it in. 1st and 10 at the 9. Christ and Waiting in the backfield. They're going to turn and go straight up the middle to Christ, and he's going to get maybe a half a yard.
Again, Kaler right in the hole, 44.
And number 42, one of the down linemen. Kidder.
Script check in there, 63.
They're going to give him about a yard on it. It's going to bring up 2nd and goal.
I think we can option them, Jaime.
Ball sitting
Also-
right Ball sitting right in the middle of the field. We got both sides of the field to go to. Wadick is on this side, maybe option to that side, the far side. Here comes Weaver in motion, and they're going to go straight up the middle to Chris.
Look at that, nice
And he's
job.
going to get down to the 5.
Nice job of moving some guys in the interior of the line there.
Going to bring up 3rd and goal. Ball sitting about the 5.5. They move it back a half a yard.
Lipinski, that's 74. That's a 6'5" defensive end. We thought he was quite poor.
What do you think here? If we don't get it in, maybe a field goal, or you think he'll go for it?
Well,
it's definitely within Chish's range.
See how close they get here, I guess.
Big 3rd down play here. Weaver coming in motion again. Dougie's going to roll. He's going to pull it down, try and get in. And he's going to get down to about the 2.5 yard line where they're going to mark it. And that's going to bring up a big decision here. It's 4th down. And you hate to come away with nothing down here.
I'll tell you what, though, Jaime, you leave them way deep in the hole, too.
He wants a fullback, keep it, but he thinks Dougie Shelvold's going to hang on to it. We'll see what he thinks.
Bootleg right.
Oh, here we go. Waiting split off to the far side. In the slot, we got Kunert far side. Weaver and Christ. Waiting coming in motion. They're going to turn. Dougie's going to turn it up. Yeah! Touchdown! Woo-hoo! Hey! Murph called it. He thought they'd give it to Chris, but he thought Shelvold should turn it up, and that's what they did. Darlington 14-14. All right. 2-yard run for Shelvold.
And now we can kick it. I'll tell you, look at the pressure on this freshman out there, huh?
Couple freshmen coming through here. Chris with the touchdown, and now the freshman Tischer gets the try for the extra point to give Darlington the lead. 2:36 remaining in this game, Kenny, and Edgar is out of timeouts. They have used all 3 of them. Low snap. It's down. It's up. It's good.
Yahoo! I can't believe it!
Oh, didn't clear by much.
That scraped the paint off the lower left-hand side. 2:32 left. Redbirds ahead, 15-14. Today, he's given up 2 touchdowns and you've scored 2.
No, I gave up the first one.
Oh, did you?
Great call. Fumble around on the kickoff. Number 12 heading back to the other side. Pursued by Yazel. And he gets out of bounds about the 34-yard line. Stops the clock at 2:25 remaining.
When you talk about tendencies, that guy definitely, every time he gets the ball, likes to take it to the left. McCall. Well, that was a great play, Jaime. I'll tell you what, they put Wadick to the strong side. Oh, they lined him in a slot, didn't they?
He was in a slot, and he come in motion, and Dougie almost looked like they were going to go with the option to him, and Dougie just turned it up behind McCoy and Wiggle. They're going to turn and go to number 44, and he's going to be stopped.
There you go.
And nothing like
Oh, I'll tell you what. He wasn't even reaching the seat of his pants when that ball was taken out.
Hey, you got to like that. Now that we got the lead, this defense will be fired up. That's just been just a little spark that they might need to shut this team down.
Hot chocolate here.
Hot chocolate at $3 a cup. Clock is running. It's under 2 minutes. 2nd and 6. And it looks like he's going to put it up.
86.
Rolls out here. He throws to number 86. Hits him right in the hands, Kenny.
And again, I don't understand that call. 86 was running the same pattern, basically, as McCall underneath. Maybe a little mix-up there. Every time I'd seen him run before, he was all alone. And as far as Darlington's coverage was concerned, he was quite all alone, too. I'll tell you what, we may well get this ball back, Jaime.
Clock is stopped at 1:44. It's bringing up 3rd down. Edgar has no timeouts.
Come on, boys, let's go
3rd
here.
and 6. We stop him here. They're going to have to punt. He's going to pitch wide. And he's going to be stopped short.
All right, great defensive play. Timeout we take
Sins.
with 1:36 left, Jaime. Let this guy punt again. That'll be an adventure.
Oh.
Timeout Darlington. Their third timeout of the half.
We've got Scott down here. I'll tell you what. Might be going for the block. He's worked that on special teams this week. He's out there perhaps explicitly.
Just a terrible
over that.
snap on that last punt. Kent, we were watching him before the game. The same snapper was snapping for extra points, and he just could not get it back there. And so, big.
Well, finish up your saying. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I wanted to check this one. Did you listen to that down there, Kent?
Jay Wilson right down there holding the baby, Kenny, about the 25-yard line, about fourth
Okay,
row
here we
up. Big. Okay.
Perhaps a fake here. I don't think so, but hey, it couldn't be any worse than their last attempt.
He's back about 10 yards. Snap to the short back here. I can't see him risking it here. What do we know? Could be an adventure, and it is a short snap. But we got a flag. Got a flag. Got a flag. And it could be on the offense. Usually is.
They pointed big 53 over there. Stencil, 6'1", 264. He thought that guy's shirt was a ham sandwich. And I'll tell you what, the way they took so much time and they closed up that split of that punt a little bit.
We're going to move it back 5 and let them try it again. And they definitely will punt now. Boy, I think he might have had the first down there.
Oh, I think he definitely did.
That's going to move it back to about the 33-yard line where it'll bring up about a 4th and 9. And they will punt here. Schelvold will be on the far side of the field. Wadey coming back on this side. They're not going that deep. He hasn't gotten off a good punt yet. They're both in between the 40 and 45-yard line. He'll get the ball away from about the 23, and he gets the snap, and he gets it away, and it's going to be a high one. It's taken fair catch by Schelvold, and it'll be down to about the 36-yard line, where Darlington will take over with 1:17 remaining in the first half.
Kent, do you want to take the last minute?
You want anything to drink or eat? No.
Maybe a Coke, Brett.
Coke.
Here we go, Kent.
Remaining in the first half.
Here we go. Now we have a shot at increasing the lead here before halftime.
No timeouts left for us either as Schelvold hands off the ball to Wadey, picks up 6 yards.
Nice counter right up the middle. I'll tell you what, the guards and Nate Wiegel are doing a great job blowing guys out.
Ball is on Darlington's 41-yard line as they go into their hurry-up offense. And what do we have here? Allowing the clock to run, and they'll come back into a huddle. No hurry up.
Well, we've got great field position on the 42. Maybe calling 2 plays here, 3 plays in a row. Although they audibilize very well.
40 seconds now remaining in the half. As Schelvold rolling to his left, getting some pressure there by number 74, and brought down with a sack.
The only guy he maybe had open looked like Whitford on this other side was open.
74 doing a good job of containing there before he is brought down by Scott Skypack.
Skypack, as you will.
Darlington band anxiously awaiting their arrival to the field. Halftime festivities. As the clock winds down, that's the end of the first half. Darlington leads Edgar 15-14.
Another champion coming back to defend its gold trophy, the unbeaten Monroe Cheesemakers against Seymour. But right now, we're set for the start of the second half between the green team, the green machine, if you will, the Edgar Wildcats against the Redbirds of Darlington. There you see the respective the captains of each squad there as Edgar will be on the receive team as we kick it off here. Edgar just barely missed on a chance of being here a year ago. They lost just one game in 1990, and that was a nail-biter of 24-23, and their first regular season defeat in over 40 games. And Jerry Sins told me that his ball club had 6 fumbles in that game, so you got to believe that was probably the reason why they lost it. And as it was, they only lost 24-23.
And that was a disappointing loss for Coach Sins. I know he felt he had an excellent football team, which they proved the rest of the season. They ended up in a 3-way tie for their conference championship, and they were eliminated by their tie-breaking procedure.
There you see Jerry Sins. You see the man that will handle the kickoff chores for Darlington, number 76, Eric Olson. Back deep, 44 and 45, the backfield tandem for the Wildcats, Kaler and Sins.
Earlier, Darlington kept it on the ground, kicked it on the ground, and tried to keep it away from Sins and Kaler. We'll see if they do the same this time around.
Olson awaiting the signal from the referee. And we are waiting for that same signal as well. He's looking. I think he can go with it if he wants to. Referees huddle at about the 28-yard line, saying, where are we going to meet for after the game now? Okay, all right. We got it. Okay, that's good. How do you get there again? There they are. Where are my Mickey Mouse ears? He says, where are they? I left them at home. He's going to go over and talk to Doug MacArthur now. Isn't it great, the business of communication, and oftentimes, more often than not, you can't communicate, right? Now I think we are set. Take 2. The kickoff. Olson trying to go deep to either Kaler or Sins. Squib kick up and through the legs of McAuliffe. Picked up and running with it is Kaler. Kaler, and he was smacked. Hit hard on the play by Nick Reuter.
Reuter makes a nice tackle on a load, Kaler being 188 pounds, and he takes him on straight on and drops him in his tracks.
You saw a couple of affectionate head slaps to Ryan McGuire. They're teammates. They can do that. First and 10 now for the Wildcats from their own 31-yard line. They trail 15-14. Inside, and a good stick on the play by Dan McEwen. Finally, the pit bull. All 5'7" of it. Now he's standing up. Look at this little guy. What a fire plug he is.
You know he's got to be that at 5'7", 167 pounds, playing in the middle of the Darlington defense. They're known for their linebackers, and he's got to be a tough one.
Well, he must like sevens. He's 5'7", 167, and he wears 67. No gain on the play. And again, the Darlington defense, well, they've made some early adjustments thus far that we've seen.
Just what we were talking about at halftime here. Which team can adjust and come out on that first series and either on offense move the ball, or on defense hold the other team and make them turn the ball over in 3 downs. And thus far, Darlington's rising to that occasion.
McGuire leading the charge for the black-shirted Redbirds. There you see their head coach, Doug MacArthur. Edgar's offense trying to move it, pitch back, and not a lot of running room. This time making the stop, number 76, Eric Olson. And Sins was almost stopped in his tracks.
Excellent pursuit by the whole Darlington defense. You count a number of black shirts over there getting in on the tackle.
That's about as good as you can do it on defense for 3 straight plays. Back deep to punt is Russell Dalkey. Waitig and Chelovo deep for the Redbirds, and it's blocked. Loose ball, and it's squibs out of bounds. So Darlington with their second opportunity on the punt game.
I believe Ryan McGuire comes right up the middle. One of the boys from Edgar not sustaining his block long enough, and McGuire able to block the punt.
Boy, those special teams, I know from having done work with Barry Alvarez, he feels that's 1/3 of a victory plan, and you see why right there on the block punt.
I think all your successful coaches approach the game that way. They're the kicking games where the big play can take place, and you just seen one of them.
So 1st and 10 for Darlington's offense. Chris, the ball carrier, and he got up to maybe the 20-yard line. Pickup of about 2. Phillips led the charge for Edgar's defense. Second down and 7 to go for the Darlington Redbirds, trying to add to their lead. Inside handoff. Chris still on his feet across the 15-yard line. Good job of Chris keeping those legs turning, refusing to be brought down.
Does an excellent job of keeping his legs going, as I said. Just refuses to go down and gets that extra yard or 2.
Third down and 3 now for the Darlington offense, and you got to believe they've almost got 2 downs to convert here. Chelovo on the option, and he is stopped. Good defensive play by Edgar. Making the stop, number 52 on the play. Gary Streveler, senior, and Darlington going to go for it again. Might have even lost about a half yard on that one after the stick by Streveler.
Streveler from his outside linebacker position, stringing it out and then making the tackle on the quarterback.
4th down and 2. Now it depends on the all-important spot.
Right foot, left foot.
Chris was the ball carrier. I'm going to guess he got it, but the referee is going to make the official call and make the measurement. I'll tell you what, it's been a very opportunistic game thus far for Doug MacArthur's team.
An opportunity knocks. You got to take advantage of it. We'll see if they can here, if they do get the first down.
Waitig was the ball carrier. He got it by about a football and a half, and it was a second effort that got him the first down.
So you got to give him credit. He made the first down on his second effort, keeping his legs going and dragging a couple of people with him.
There you see the Darlington backers, and they're outnumbered. Darlington resembles a ghost town right now, I think.
Probably could drive down Main Street and not see anybody.
Not run into anybody either. They spotted at the 12-yard line, trying to take advantage of a blocked punt. Chelovo, and he ran right into a host of Edgar defenders. Leading the charge, Luke Kaler. Kaler took charge of the Chelovo options. He gave him no options, really. He got right in his face.
Kaler, just from his linebacker position, he's showing his athletic ability and getting to the corner, meeting the quarterback.
He just kind of moved down the line and saw an opening there, and the opening was where Chelovo was trying to go, and the two met and give the edge to Kaler. 2nd and 9 now for Darlington's offense. Play fake. Chelovo going to tuck it under inside the 10. Spins down to maybe the 6-yard line. Going to set up a third and about 3, maybe a short 4. Zuberbuehler checking in with a play from the sideline. And there is an equipment problem by Chelovo on his helmet. Now, what is the ruling? Otherwise, you do get flagged for a penalty. You have to have your chin strap snapped, and you've got to have the mouthpiece in your mouth, correct?
That's correct. More than likely, they're using a 4-point hookup system. They are on their helmets, and all 4 straps have to be. He can't even have one loose. You see the pros in college, or at least the pros, they'll have one loose, and they will not flag that. In high school, they will flag it even one's unhooked.
We're talking safety, and it's a very good rule for the high school level, I believe.
That's correct.
15-14, you want to talk about key plays? Perhaps the next 2, 3rd and 5 for the Darlington offense. Throwing, and it's intercepted, and there's a lot of turf ahead. Ridden out of bounds on the play by Matt Crisp, but the interception by number 65, Phillips. Bob Phillips with a big interception.
Dropping from his linebacker, he read the quick slant that Darlington was running and was right in the picture.
I'm not sure Chelovo ever saw him. The intended receiver was Zuberbuehler, and Phillips did a nice job of carrying the ball after he made the interception.
Linebacker's dream. He's just hoping he could have went the 90 yards for the touchdown.
Wow, I mean, and he had some open turf in front of him. Big play for the Edgar defense. Pitch back, and conversely, another nice play by the Darlington defense. There is a late flag on the play after he was stopped, and the preliminary signal, at least from what we saw the Darlington sideline, would be against Edgar. Illegal block.
Edgar trying to run their quick pitch, trying to utilize their speed to the outside. I believe one of their outside people, whether the cornerback turned and he got called for the clip. That's a big one, and it hurts to start in that kind of hole.
You see the numbers on Chelovo. I don't know that he's at 34 attempts yet.
Different game than we've seen.
Trying to get some running room and slowing down the play for Darlington was Whitford, and he slowed him down enough for the pit bull, McEwen, to come in and finish him off with some help. So credit Whitford with the initial stop.
Yeah, Whitford slowing him down, and the rest of the pursuit getting there and holding him to not much of a gain.
Well, at least the adjustments that were made at the halftime thus far by the Darlington defense have paid off in dividends. Edgar's offense has really gone nowhere. They're faced now with a 2nd and 21. Of course, the big setback, the clipping penalty. Play fake. Paul looking to air it out over the middle. And he finds a receiver. Good coverage, and he threw into a lot of coverage, no less, making the reception, number 86, Chris Croning. Even after that play, Edgar now faced with a 3rd and 10. McAuliffe is going to go deep on the halfback option, going into a crowd, threw into double coverage, and Darlington did a good job of reading the play.
Darlington's defense smelt that from the start. Double coverage on the intended receiver and not too much of a chance for success.
Croning, the intended receiver, and good coverage downfield. McAuliffe on the halfback option, and now here comes the Edgar punter, and Dalkey has had some problems. it's fumble, picked up. It's Eric Olson.
McGuire performing the same thing he did before, coming straight up the middle, and again, Edgar's blocking, not sustaining long enough to allow the punt to get off.
I don't know that I've ever seen a game where a guy's had 2 block punts, and then he almost caught it. Wow. What a play by McGuire. Have you ever seen that?
That's a coach's nightmare as far as Coach Sins is concerned.
And inside down to the 1-yard line, waiting. You know, I think, if anything, Dalkey has taken his too much time trying to punt the ball.
Yeah, he is getting off somewhat slow, and just a combination of that and McGuire's determination. He's just a one-man wrecking crew on the punt right now, and he's making it happen.
Well, McGuire on defense for Darlington has been what Stripchak has been to Edgar's defense. He's been in there a lot of plays in 2 situations, key situations, where they block punts. 2nd and goal to go from the 1-yard line. And it's a touchdown. Scott Waiting bucking in from across the 1-yard line, and Darlington, the defending state champions, trying to add to their lead, and they do so.
Capitalizing on the mistake.
Puts the defense in a tough hole there. 1st and goal, and you're asking to try to turn them away, and Darlington's got a very good offense. And to attempt his 2nd point after, Mike Fisher, 1 of 1 thus far. Make it 2 of 2. The freshman converts, and Darlington now leading Edgar by a count of 22-14. This is the WIAA Football Championships. You said the key word, I think, there was capitalizer, and Darlington has done what they had to do, 2 block punts, and had they been able to capitalize on the first one in the 3rd quarter, they'd really put Edgar in a deep hole.
That's true. You got to give Edgar's defense a lot of credit on the first one to hold him out of the end zone and then turn around and have to do it again, only this time the ball at the 3-yard line, they just could not do it.
You see the count. Darlington on top of Edgar, 22-14, and Darlington's defense at the outset of this, the 3rd quarter, has really created some problems for the Edgar offense. Now, as the chess match moves back and forth, it'll be interesting to see if Jerry Sins changes up some things offensively, maybe to try to open it up a little bit more to get away from some of that Darlington pursuit.
They may change up a few things on offense here. They've been just running their basic sweeps and their dives. Maybe they'll open it up a little bit. As a coach, 22-14, 2 minutes 50 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. You're not going to get excited. You're not going to lose your composure. You want to do the things that got you here in not giving Darlington another chance to capitalize.
Matt Limmer on the kickoff return, advancing the ball to about the 27-yard line before he was in contact with the sideline. 2:48 in the 3rd quarter. Darlington has the lead. They're trying to string back-to-back championships in Division 5 here. This is the odd day. Next on the slate, the Division 3 tilt. Later this afternoon, Jefferson against Spooner. Paul calling his own number. He gets to about the 30-yard line before he is hit on the play by Brad Steiner. Four-yard pickup for Paul. The play has been sent in. Edgar faced with a 2nd and 6. Still on his feet, number 45, Jeremy Sins. And Sins has enough for a 1st down.
One of Edgar's bread and butter plays, a off tackle, 2nd man through, give the ball to Sins, and as I said before, they're not going to get real excited. They're not down by that much, and they're not going to go away from everything that got them here.
Touchdown and a 2-point conversion, which they've already done thus far this afternoon. So like you say, certainly not time to panic. And they are unbeaten too, but then their defense has not been scored upon for the most part the way that Darlington has been able to move the ball. Good pursuit. I believe it was Steiner again. Yes. Steiner along with Brian McCoy. 3-yard pickup for the Wildcats. From their own 42-yard line, Edgar has been pinned in their own territory for this entire time. Good running room. Nice job of staying on his feet. Luke Kaler. Kaler stretched for the necessary yardage for the first down. And they spot it right at the midfield marker at the 50-yard line.
Keeps his feet going well after contact and sheds a couple of tacklers. Picks up the first down. Just a nice run by Luke Kaler.
He ran away from Ryan McGuire. McGuire bumped heads with him in the right at the point of attack. Which McGuire didn't know what to do. He wasn't trying to block a punt, you know. Well, I'll let him go. Now trying to get to the outside, Sins. Sins ridden to the turf on the play by Chelovo.
See Sins coming wide and shows a nice move. He right at the last minute lowers his shoulder and is not going to get tackled. He wants to get that extra 1 or 2 yards.
Pretty good hit by Chelovo.
Heck of a hit by a quarterback coming up.
2nd and 4 following the 6-yard pickup by Sins. Inside running room for Kaler. And here's the 1-2 combination that got Edgar to this juncture. Kaler and Sins, Sins and Kaler. And that should be the final play of the 3rd quarter.
Again, Edgar going back to what got him here. Going from Sins to Kaler and letting them do the work behind that offensive line.
Officials time. One of the men down that's spotting the ball, tying his shoelace.
Equipment timeout.
Well, I spoke too soon because of the delay here. I thought that was going to be the end of the 3rd quarter. Guess what? Last play of the 3rd quarter. Oh, my. The pit bull. Dan McEwen was in the backfield quicker than the ball carrier. McEwen led the charge. Good things do, in fact, come in small packages. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. Darlington on top of Edgar in this, the Division V championship game. 22-14. This is the WIAA football championship. There you see some of the appreciative partisan fans from the Darlington area supporting their Redbirds, and they've got to be pleased with the way things are going thus far, but they still got 12 minutes to go.
Got 12 minutes, and you got a tough opponent from Edgar. Anything can happen in those 12 minutes.
Edgar, of course, trying to piece together a drive. This is their 3rd possession in this, the 2nd half. Their first 2 possessions resulted up in block punts, and on the 2nd block punt by McGuire, they were able to convert and get the touchdown. That's where they find themselves right now, the short end of a 22-14 stick.
From a coach's standpoint, Edgar's sideline, you say we made 2 mistakes, we gave them a score, we dodged 1 bullet. Hey, let's get back to our basics and put a score on the board ourselves and make it an even ball game again.
12 minutes left in the Division V championship tilt between the unbeaten Wildcats of Edgar against the Darlington Redbirds, coming in at 10-2. 2nd down and 12, thanks to the big 2-yard loss by Dan McEwen Almost called McEwen the ball carrier in that play because he was right there. Not much running room for Sins, and ridden to the turf by Steiner. Gain of about 5 on the play, sets up a 3rd and 7. And I almost got to believe that it's 2-down territory.
That's one of those gray areas. You see what happens on this next play, and if you're close, hey, maybe you go after it if you want to try and put them in a hole.
Little counter, and stood up on the play by Brian McCoy, and McCoy really lowered the shoulder pad into Kaler and made a good stick.
Just an excellent tackle to stop him in his tracks like that. Kaler, being the ball carrier that he is, just a nice tackle.
Edgar wants a timeout. So with 11:02 in the 4th quarter, this is the WIAA Football Championships. Well, from what we've seen, Coach Jerry Sins moved out to the field to talk to his charges. Got to believe that maybe he's thinking about going for it.
Yeah, 29-yard line going in. You're down by 8 points in the state championship game. If Darlington does stop them, they've still got a long ways to go for a touchdown, so you got to take a crack at it here.
And you keep in mind they've had their last 2 punts blocked, too.
That's correct, and with that in mind, hey, we might as well take the shot after the first down.
Hey, you see Coach Sins in the middle of the huddle there talking to his young men. One of the assistant coaches for Doug MacArthur saying, watch out for the weak side. Well, you talk about key plays. Here it is, 4th down and 6 for the Edgar offense against the Darlington defense. Here comes a blitz. And the ball was underthrown, and it's an incompleted pass. Wadig almost came up with an interception. Paul couldn't get much on the ball. The rush coming in on him, and he's disappointed as the Edgar offense goes to the sideline and the Darlington defense goes to their sideline, greeted by some cheers.
Had a little pressure in his face and just wasn't able to throw it to where he wanted to, and disappointed in the throw himself.
So the Darlington defense did what it had to do to stop the Edgar offense, and now the Redbird offense out on the field at the 30-yard line. Reading his block, staying on his feet. Nice job of running by Wadig. See why he gained almost 1,400 yards. He does a nice job of reading his blocks, and he gets up a little gimpy there. Little hitch in his giddy up, as they say, huh?
There you go. Along with reading his blocks, well, he keeps his feet going well, too, and is able to have a couple tacklers bounce off him and pick up the extra yardage.
You know, it's the last game of the season you're playing for all the marbles. You tend to overlook injuries, or bumps and bruises, if you will. And there was some movement in the line. Now, was there contact made in the old neutral zone? The flags have flown.
We had a little movement by the offensive line of Darlington also, and the officials called the movement.
One of the Edgar defenders moved, and I think that might have broken the concentration of the offensive lineman from Darlington, caused them to move out of the set position, and thus resulting in a 5-yard penalty against Darlington. So it's 2nd and 10. Oops. Forgot the snap count. Chelevold on the option, pitch back. Dangerous pitch back. And on the play, helping to make the stop was Knetter, and he was he was draped over Chelevold.
Yeah, he made a dangerous pitch there when you're being tackled, almost wrapped up. He got the pitch off, and Wadig was able to handle it. But those are the type that give coaches gray hair also.
Knetter was ramping up Chelovo and forced the almost errant pitch to Waitig. So 3rd down and 11. Big play now for Edgar's defense to try to keep the Darlington offense bottled up. Inside handoff to Waitig, and Waitig will be stopped short. So the punt team will trot out onto the field now for Darlington. Filtz on the stop. Well, Edgar should come out of this with pretty good field position.
Yeah, they have been setting up returns and walling one side or the other. We'll see if they do that. They may put a little pressure on. You can see they're lining up to put some pressure on the punters.
Good snap. Kick is up. It's a high kick. And it takes an Edgar bounce, and it hits the back of one of the Edgar players. And Darlington, I do believe, has made the recovery.
One of those plays where the boy from Edgar, he's setting a block. He doesn't realize where the punt is, and the ball took a funny bounce. You put points on that ball like that, and it's bouncing around, and he doesn't realize it. And, hey, Darlington gets a big break out of the play.
3 times they've had something bad happen on a punt. 2 times it's been blocked, and now Darlington punts, and the ball bounces the wrong way into one of their own players, and Darlington gets the ball back. Still staying on his feet is Waitig, finally ridden down on the play by Sins. Doug MacArthur must have that 4-leaf clover in his pocket today, huh?
Well, they've been on a roll and trying to take advantage of those opportunities.
See Jerry Sins, and he's got an Excedrin headache number 29 right now because he's trying to figure out a way his ball club can get the ball back and without turning the ball over. Little inside counter move. The ball carrier is Waitig, a little double handoff. And Waitig was the second, actually the 3rd man to take the ball.
Inside reverse out of their wing T offense, and good misdirection play against Edgar. Edgar's a quick flowing team, and those types of plays can slow them down.
Keep them guessing as well. Approaching the half-minute mark of quarter number 4, Darlington with the ball and the lead at 22-14. Chelovo to Waitig. Waitig was hit initially. Making the stop to slow him down was Kaler. And what Kaler didn't get, finishing him off, was number 52 on the play, Streveler.
Kaler from his inside linebacker position running a stunt, and those are the things Edgar's going to have to start doing to slow Darlington down here.
Pretty good job of Waitig to stay on his feet, too.
Yeah, he shed the tackle, but the pursuit of Edgar was there and was able to bring him down.
4th down and 4. Darlington showing punt. Olson back in. Olson got some pressure. Nice punt. Calling for and making the fair catch was Rasmussen. I think he'd like to have that one over again.
Yeah, I think he would too. He looked up after he made the fair catch, and he didn't see a real lot of pursuit, and
he didn't see anybody. But in a situation like that, where you've had some problems with turnovers here in the second half, better to be safe than sorry, right?
Right.
At least that's what he told the coach when he went over to the sidelines.
I don't think the coach bought it.
So the Edgar offense, 88 yards from pay dirt and perhaps tying this one up. Pitch back. And Darlington's defense has really done a nice job this half. Hendrickson making the stop, and really they have had little or no running room almost this entire half.
Going into the game, I know Coach MacArthur was concerned about Edgar's speed, and especially getting to the outside. I would imagine they've rehearsed that play many a times here in the last couple of days, and Darlington doing just an excellent job.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 for the Wildcats. Ball, and it was deflected and in and out of the hands of Jeremy Sins. It was deflected, and that might have broken the concentration of Sins, and then he had to kind of dip down to try to pluck it off, and those factors made it a difficult ball to hang on to. Third and 10 now for the Wildcats. Ball, play fake, and he got away from the sack, and it's going to be intercepted by Wadig. Wadig is down. Wadig had nothing but green turf in front of him, but the ball touched the turf after he plucked off the interception.
Scott Wadig from his outside linebacker position making the drop. He knew the receiver was there, and he was just sitting waiting for it.
Well, Wadig has done it at both ends, both offensively and defensively this afternoon, and makes a big play anticipating the pass, stepping up in front of the receiver and picking it up. The reason why I was down, watch the ball touch the turf here as he turns it upfield. He runs away from him, and then the ball touches, and his knee touches. Oh, a leveler by Kaler in on Cheliveau. No quit in these Wildcats. They're trying to come up with some sort of a takeaway here. Time not their ally. 4.5 minutes and counting.
Again, Kaler coming from his middle linebacker position, just shooting a gap and trying to make something big happen here, at least take Darlington out of even field goal range so they get one more shot at it.
Loss of 2 on the play. Darlington quickly getting back to the line. And I think that clock in the head of Cheliveau was ticking down, and decided that he better use a timeout. You don't want to cost yourself by taking too much time to run the play with only 4:09 left in the ball game, and more importantly, you don't want to penalize your team 5 yards if you don't have to.
Right. They're in that position, as I say. They're in the middle of the field. Maybe they don't get a touchdown, but they're in a position to kick a field goal and put it out of reach, making Edgar score 2 more times with 4 minutes to go, making it next to impossible.
Well, you mentioned the word field goal, and should Tischer be doing that, he would be kicking into a win. And that's certainly a factor for Coach Doug MacArthur to consider. These guys are no strangers here. They won it last year in 1990. And then they also won the Division V title in '87 by defeating Florence. Neither is that man. His ball club has also won it all. They won it in '79. At that time, they were in Division IV. You're telling me the way that a lot of schools that are kind of on the bubble, it's almost right up until the start of the school years to when they determine which division you're going to play in, right?
Yeah, really, you don't determine the division until the last game is played. Everybody across the state has to play that last game, and on Friday morning, if everybody's able to play on Thursday, you get a phone call to find out where you're at.
That's what makes it fun. You've been kind of scouting some guys down, and Cheliveau never had a chance. The green wave engulfed him, and leading the charge was number 52, Streveler. Well, that's going to change your options. 3rd down and 17. Looked like Cheliveau was, I'm going to guess, maybe pass it. He never had a chance.
Hard to say. Edgar defense was just teeing off. They were told us here, hey, we can't give up a field goal at this point if we want a chance to win the game, and so they're just coming hard.
Well, 3rd and 17, if you're Doug MacArthur, do you keep it on the ground here?
We'll find out. How about that for getting out of it?
Spoken like a true coach. He didn't say anything. they keep it on the ground to use the clock, and the clock is certainly an ally for Darlington. 3:13 and counting. Darlington on top, 22-14, and it's 4th down and 15. And I got to believe they're really out of the field goal range of Tischer, especially when you can take into account the wind.
Darlington going to take as much time off the clock here. If they don't get the first down, hang your hat on the defense and let them go out and win it for you.
Under 2:45 and counting. Waiting, trying to get to the outside. Fumble. The ball is loose. And who got it? Picked up on the play by number 45, Jeremy Sins. That's the break that Edgar was looking for.
Edgar's got their opportunity. They've got to go 70 yards in 2 minutes, 38 seconds. We'll see what happens.
Streveler was made the hit. Pitch back, halfback option, going deep is Sins, and it's picked off. Making the interception, Zuberbuehler, and that might do it.
That may be the nail in the coffin, although you got 2 minutes, 15 seconds left. Zuberbuehler back there sitting back, had it read well, and the ball not really throwing well. It's hung up in the air and makes a nice interception on the play.
Sins was trying to put that little extra on that pass. And, you know, if he throws it there, I think that certainly downfield, his backfield mate Kaler was down there. He had a step on the defender.
Yeah, he had an opportunity to catch it.
Takeaway, giveaway now. Darlington back on offense. You see Wade had got both arms around the ball this opportunity.
It's not going to leave go at this point.
Edgar wants and will take a timeout. 2:09 left in the Division V championship game. Just 2 minutes and 9 seconds. Not a lot of time, but it seemed like an eternity for the two head coaches as Edgar tries to somehow come up with a miracle and Darlington tries to hang on for back-to-back state championships. And I bet you that if you went to Coach MacArthur back in August when they started practice, would you believe you'd be in Camp Randall Stadium for the Division V title on November 15th?
He would have probably looked at you and said, why even ask such a silly question? They're losing 19 starters off their team from last year and coming back. He's just done a whale of a job, and the kids themselves, they've got to be proud of just being here and now with a chance to win the game and put back-to-back state championships together.
It's not over yet, but certainly the odds are in the favor of the Redbirds of Darlington. Trying to finish it off, and Edgar trying to keep it going. My next question is, should Darlington win it, does Doug MacArthur give up the football post to run for mayor?
I bet he could.
Won't get much opposition. Still on his feet is Christ. Christ about 1.5 yards, maybe 2 yards short of the first down. Edgar uses up another timeout. Well, the managers come back out onto the field again for water. I don't think they want water. Their thirst for victory is the biggest thirst they're trying to quench right now.
Being 1 minute and 58 seconds away from it, 3rd down and 2. They're almost tasting it.
I'm sure Coach MacArthur's saying, be sound, guys, be smart. Look at the Edgar cheerleaders, the Wildcats trying to somehow hope for some sort of a miraculous takeaway. Third down and 2. Chris trying to get to the 25-yard line, and it depends on where they spot it. It's no factor that Darlington will definitely go for it on 4th down if in fact he is short. It is 4th down and a yard to go. Well, Edgar, you got to make the stop here to have a chance.
Edgar's out of timeouts at this point, and Darlington taking off as much time as they can. Going to snap the play here right before the 25-second count and see if they can get the first down and nail down the victory.
Coach Cinch trying to get everybody up on the line of scrimmage. Here they come, and there's a flag, delay a game. It's not the call you wanted to see for Doug MacArthur. Had to get the play off. Now it's 4th and 6. That certainly changes the play call. I'm sure they'll keep it on the ground, but that also stops the clock, too. 75 seconds left.
Now the clock should not stop till the snap of the ball now, and making it 4th and 6 a little bit different. You would have liked to, if you were Darlington, got the ball snapped before the 25-second count.
Never said it would be easy, right?
That's right.
And certainly after Darlington started its season off with a loss, sure that Doug MacArthur just trying to get some seasoning for his players, and have they ever rallied? Televo, and he's going to be swarmed under, so the ball goes over to Edgar. They'll stop the clock to allow teams to shuttle in and shuttle out, move the chain, so Edgar's still got a breath. 62 yards away and out of timeouts. Paul and Wadig again. Big play by Wadig. They threw out to the flat to Sins, and Wadig was almost there at the same time the ball was.
Scott Wadig makes just an excellent read on the play. A play they'd ran earlier with some success, and there he is standing right in it. Almost picks it off for a touchdown.
They also got good pressure from McGuire. That must be his middle name, pressure, because he's blocked 2 punts and almost got to Paul on the pass. Ball hit just as he threw it, and it's going to be in and out of the hands. They say it's a loose ball. The referee looking for some help, and he got some help, and he took advantage of it. A good call by the referees. One referee thought that it was a completed pass. Now they're going to huddle up and try to get together to make the right call. Referee closest to us thought that it was a completed pass. The Edgar fans not happy with the call. The Darlington fans ecstatic with it. Keeping in mind that's in slow motion, so it looked like he might have had possession for long enough, but I think the referees showed very good judgment that time in getting together and making what ultimately was the right call. Of course, if you're an Edgar right now, you're saying what a rotten call that is, but no, I think the referees took their time and made the correct call. So 3rd down and 10. Now Edgar has to be concerned about getting just a first down. Paul under pressure, and it's going to be in and out of the hands. Going for the interception was Cheliveau. And Paul took a shot after he delivered the pass as well. He got wrapped up by Hendrickson. Sends the intended receiver. Now, is he going for the ball?
They're both going for the football. There's no doubt about that.
4th and 10. Here it is. Inside running room. Trying to take it to the outside. Kaler still on his feet. He has the first down. That'll stop the clock. Coach Sims is trying to get Paul up to the line of scrimmage. They stop the clock to set the change. Then they want him to go up there and just throw it down to stop the clock for an incompleted pass. Now they set the change. The clock winds. Now they're going to try to run a play perhaps. Pitch back. Halfback option again. They get it off under pressure. And there's a flag down in the secondary. Is that grounding or not?
Looks like that's what the officials are going to call. He was being tackled, trying to get it out there. And maybe there wasn't a receiver within 5 yards of it, but there was one in the line of the path. And
well, Coach Sins doesn't like it. That guy said, gosh, how long can it take to play 26 seconds? Sins under pressure. There's McGuire again with the pressure. So the grounding call and the loss of down, it's 2nd and 22. They spot it from the point of the infraction. 26 seconds left. Ball and incompleted pass. It was a forward pass, intending it for Kaler. That one took 5 seconds. Of course, Edgar out of timeouts. You know, you work on these plays sometimes after practice. You've done everything you've wanted to do. Now you go into your exotic playbook, and that's what Coach Sims is checking it twice now, dusting it off.
I don't think he's had to use too many of those all season.
Not when you've had 8 shutouts. Statue of Liberty on 1. Try to keep him off balance on the run to Kaler. And Kaler picks up about 13 yards, but they got to get back to the line of scrimmage. It's 4th and 9. And that was it, because Paul had to ground the ball to stop the clock. There is a flag down with 2 seconds left. Tisch is huddling up. So Darlington will run one more play, and there is a picture of happiness. I think Doug MacArthur is pinching himself right now, saying, I can't believe this.
He's pretty excited, and rightfully so.
Well, while there's jubilation on one side, there's disappointment on the other, but you got to tip your hat off to Edgar. A fine season coming in here, and the difference in this ball game was in the punt team. Ryan McGuire with those 2 big block punts, and the second led to what proved to be the decisive touchdown that padded the Darlington lead. They led 15-14 at the half, and they get 1 third-quarter score, and that's the difference.
2 evenly matched football teams, and just the difference of a turnover on the couple turnovers on the special teams play.
Telebow goes down, and into the books it goes for Doug MacArthur and company. State championship, number 2 in a row. Well, a picture is worth 1,000 words, and for Doug MacArthur, I'm sure he still figures he's still in la-la land.
Said he's before, hey, pinch me, is it really real?
Well, it is real because the congratulatory handshakes as his ball club finishes off Edgar to win the Division V championship for the second straight year, 22-14, and I think he's thanking their faithful over in the stands that have backed him all year long, and I'm sure a lot of people saying, you know, after they start the season off with a loss, there's no way in the world they get to this point, but to the credit of his coaching staff and all of his players, they've done it, and you certainly tip your hat off to the Redbirds.
Got to give them a lot of credit. To start out in this situation that they were with the first loss and go on and cap it off with the state championship, he's really got to be happy, and the people from Darlington have to be proud of that team.
Well, Darlington came here with the idea that they were going to pull off the unexpected, and I think you'd have to say that they did. Having handed Edgar their first defeat of the season, there you see it, 22-14, and really the difference in the second half, the 2 block punts by Ryan McGuire, the second one figuring it was in the cushion, if you will, that forced Edgar to maybe do some things that they might not have wanted to do in terms of throwing the football. And Darlington's defense, I think, also had a lot to do with the way the second half unfolded.
You got to give credit to the Darlington defense. You know, if you're from Edgar, you're going to turn back, you're going to look back and say, yeah, the 2 mistakes on the punt team, we shouldn't have had them. And if we eliminate those, hey, maybe we have a chance of winning the state championship. But that's what games are all about. The special teams play a big part, the offense, defense, and going to Darlington's defense, yeah, they turned it up in the second half and did just a great job on defense.
Now let's take you down the field where the celebrations continue for the Redbirds as they have captured their second straight Division V championship. And let's go down there now as they present the trophies to the respective teams, Edgar and Darlington.
District Administrator at Cashton. Assisted by Mark Lakey, Principal at Edgar High School. Assisted by Doug Chickering, Executive Director of the WIAA. Will Captains Jeremy Tutsky, Jeremy McAuliffe, and Luke Kaler of Division V runners-up Edgar. Please report to the awards table to receive the team individual awards. And the coach of the Division V runner-up team from Edgar, Mr. Jerry Sins. Will Captains Brian McCoy, Scott Wadig, Doug Chelivold, and Ryan McGuire of Division V State Champions Darlington please come to the awards table. And the coach of the 1991 Division V State Champions from Darlington, Douglas MacArthur.
There you see your Division 5 state champions, the Redbirds of Darlington. This is the WIAA Football Championship. Well, the word now in Darlington tonight, repeat. Repeat. And I'm sure that Doug MacArthur will be saying that an awful lot as this day wears along.
They've got a lot to be proud of, and as you said, the whole town of Darlington is ecstatic and well worth it.
You got to go back to 81 and 82 in Division 5, the last time you had a repeat champion, and that was Osseo Fairchild. And so now, not only were their second straight state championship, the Darlington Redbirds have got a piece of history as well. And I'm sure that Doug MacArthur will gladly make room in their ever-expanding trophy case at Darlington High School for their second straight gold trophy.
Time to build on.
Boy, you keep the pressure on him, huh? Your coaching counterpart, my goodness. Three-peat. Now, forget repeat, three-peat. That's the key word for the Darlington Redbirds, but they cap it off in style, 22-14 over Edgar. Well, Doug MacArthur, he will not drive to Darlington tonight. He will fly on the Darlington International Airplane. They've got a airway cleared way for him. And, of course, for Edgar, they go home most disappointed. But I think that in time the disappointment will wear off. But they got to be awfully happy about the fact that they got here. And they were just a couple of plays away from maybe celebrating themselves.
No doubt about it. They've got to be proud of their season, putting together the type of season they did. Ending up culmination, yeah, a loss at the state championship level, but they don't take anything away from Edgar or Darlington. Edgar losing to a very good Darlington team, and they've got nothing to hang their heads about. They've got to be proud of their finish, even with the loss.
It's been my pleasure, and maybe we'll see Clear Lake here at this time next year. Let's hope so for your sake.
Well, we'll keep trying.
All right, there you go. So that's the final score and the final scene from Camp Randall Stadium as Darlington wins its second straight Division 5 championship. The final count over Edgar, 22-14. A reminder, Division 3 and 1 title games will be decided later this afternoon. And, of course, Divisions 2, 4, and 6 decided on Saturday. I'm Van Stout. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you later today.